time of being in the builder, even what I was seeing at community day, we seen a lot of small guards of like the 6'1", the 6'2", and the 6'3". And after examining those heights, the 6'1" and the 6'2" seems like it's the best fit when you get the most value for your attributes. Now this build right here is going to be a point guard, 6'2", 190 pounds with a 6'5" wingspan. Now this build is the build I made at community day. A quick little build. I ended up making this build just based on my specialization being shooting. I went to go for a 93 3-pointer, which I'll end up going for 95, and we end up getting all our shooting badges on gold. But once I realized I was missing out on one extra key token for my shooting, if I would have went with a 94, I ended up revamping this build as well. So I'm gonna end up showing you those versions. I'm gonna show you a 6'2" version revamped like this, and I'm gonna show you a 6'1" version with a 99.3 and a 6'1" version again with a 95.3. And it's going to be two thresholds between having a 95.3 and a 99 based on you want to do certain things. Now with this build, I went 93 3-pointer. I get most of my gold shooting badges, 2 silvers, use 2 cap breakers there when you use specialization or whenever you get cap breakers, and you will end up getting all your gold shooting badges. And with an 87 mid-range, you get smooth operator on silver, you get static midi on gold. You get a lot of good badges, especially for this value for this build. Now when it comes to the finishing aspect, we have an 89 driving dunk. Now 89 driving dunk, some people might not want to go there. Some people will stop at 87 so you can put attributes somewhere else. Now me, I like to have a build that's all around. I like to be able to dunk, I like to shoot, pass, dribble, and play a little bit of defense on the build, especially when I'm not on a build that's an NBA player. Now us having 89 driving dunk, we get small contact dunks off 2, we also get pro contact dunks off 2, and we get pro contact dunks off 1 with a good value of being able to get silver posterizer, area wizard on gold, which means I will only be able to use maybe 2 badges in this category since I only have 11 tokens. And usually when you end up going for anything that's gold, it's going to be around 3 to 4 badge tokens, and sometimes 5 based if it's on the shooting category. Now when I was messing around with this, I was like, okay, 11, 18, 16, 11. I like what I was looking at when it came to defense. I was like, I still want to get my actual finishing up a little bit more so I can have around 13 tokens, so I can get almost about 2 or 3, about 2 or 3 badges in the finishing category, and I can use a max +1 of fuse and get my tokens back based on what I use. Like posterizer, I end up possibly getting 3 to 4 tokens back, so I can use those tokens in my finishing slot. Now when it comes to the playmaking and the passing and all that good stuff and dribbling, I made sure to have a 92 ball control. You unlock majority of the dribble moves. You end up having gold handles for days, gold unpluckable, ankle assassin on silver. You get a 77 pass accuracy, which you get silver dimer, you get silver break starter, and if you end up throwing a cap breaker right there, you will end up getting an 80 pass accuracy, which you will end up getting versatile visionary right there. And then when it comes to the speed with ball, now the speed with ball is 86, but y'all know I've been telling y'all it's those thresholds. If you want to end up getting pace, you have to put it to 88, which will be gold, and then you want to get to 91 Hall of Fame lightning launches, and then you will end up going 93, which will get you paced on Hall of Fame as well, which I can end up trading off to get 88 for my speed with ball if I end up dropping a few like attributes for my still, like going to 77, or just taking out the 86 to 85 perimeter. Now when I came to the defensive aspect of the build, I was really thinking of like something super balanced, nothing too crazy, but I wanted to get a decent amount of tokens to at least get to 10, and I ended up going to 86 so you can get ankle braces on silver, since you've seen all the crazy ankle braces you can get on this game. But I did want seatbelt as well. Seatbelt is literally on ball minutes if you do not know. With having challenger, ankle braces, and pick dodger on silver and off ball pass on gold, that looks kind of solid to me. For my type of play style, that's very solid. But when it comes to the steal, I went 83 steal so you can get glove and interceptor on silver. Now if you do want to use some cap breakers, you can get this higher than this. Like when I mean higher, you can get these in the high 90s, like the 94s, the 95s when it comes on a build like this. Even with having a 95 3-pointer, when you use some cap breakers, and even add a few cap breakers to your steal or perimeter, wherever you want to go, you will have a 90 plus in O's categories. Almost every category will have 90 plus, like your ball handle, your 3-pointer, your steal, and your somewhat dunk if you do want to throw a cap breaker there as well. But I also made sure this build had an 87 speed, so we'll be able to unlock that flash badge, but I also made sure it had an 85 agility, and the 85 agility unlocks workhorse, and that badge did return to NBA 2K27. Now for the name of this build, they end up calling you a two-way bucket chaser. Now with a few changes and things like that, you will end up getting a different name like a ball hawk or something like that, but you get matched up with Damian Lillard, Tyrese Maxey. But when it comes to the cap breakers, you will see we're gonna have crazy cap breakers for our perimeter, which we can get all the way up in the high 90s like I told you. Same thing for our steal, with putting 2 cap breakers on our 3-pointer to give us a 95 3-pointer, gets all gold shooting badges. But as I was looking at the build compared to what I know now, as you using cap breakers, they do not give you tokens, so keep that in mind. If you're going to be using cap breakers, you're trying to optimize the build, you do not get tokens when you get those cap breaker badges. The same way I stopped at a 93 3-pointer and I got limitless range on gold, I could have went up one more attribute on my build to 94 and got 19 total badge tokens, but I missed out when I first created the build. But I'm gonna help y'all not make that mistake again. Now for this build, it's gonna be a revamp. This is gonna be a 6'2", the same height as the same thing, lowest wingspan. This is the one that's gonna be able to get a 99 3-pointer. Now the way I set this up is very similar to the build that you just seen. Now it has the 85 defense, 85 steal. Now you got a 59 block because you got a lower wingspan versus last time, but we have a 87 driving up on this build, so we get pro contact off 2, but also we get small contact dunks off 2 as well for this build. Now when I end up switching a few things, you're gonna notice that I moved some attributes slightly past what it was, because last time I had a 77 layup, now I have an 80, which end up giving me another badge token. So that's where it's really important to pay attention to certain things, especially when it comes to close shot as well. Messing around with a few things will end up giving you those extra badge tokens for your build, because as me having that 93, I only had 18 badge tokens for that last build, but now I have 19 badge tokens. But now for my finishing, I have 12 badge tokens for having an 87 driving dunk, an 80 layup, and a 72 or 73 close shot. And now we're having a 94 3-pointer, we have 19 badge tokens, and for my ball handle I have 16 badge tokens. And then when it comes to defense, now we have 12 badge tokens, which I end up pushing my steal up 3, and they end up giving me that extra token. Now we have a nice setup of 12, 19, 16, 12, and then we got 9 for our physicals, which is very solid so far, because if you end up putting your badges right in your synergy for fuse, you can get those badge tokens back if you select the right ones, especially the ones that can give you good off the reaction. Now when it comes to the cap breakers for playmaking and defense, you see I can get a 95 perimeter and a 96 steal for this build managing those cap breakers. Now when it comes to the shooting, we only got to use 5 cap breakers to get to 99, but if you want to use just one, you can end up just going for one, so you can get all your shooting badges on this build. And then if you want to throw more cap breakers on your finishing, you could. But if you want to end up testing out this build yourself, mess around with a few attributes if you want to, make sure you score in this QR code on the screen, so you can end up having this build in your 2K HQ app, so you can end up messing around with the build, even tweaking it to your liking or doing a few things that you feel like you would do different without you having to restart and do it from scratch. Now for the next build, it is the 6'1". This is the 6'1" that can get a 99 3-pointer as well. Now this is a 6'1" that has an 87 driving dunk for pro contact dunks off 2 with small contact dunks off 2 as well, but also we do get a 94 3-pointer, so we can get that 19 shooting badge token on this build. Now for the playmaking and things like that, it's very similar to the other build, but since we're on a smaller build, 1 inch, you can end up finessing and get an 88 speed with ball, so you can get pace and you can get lightning launches both on goal. And then when it comes to the defense, oh man, the defense, I was so shocked that I could be able to get a little bit more than what I did the last build, but it really makes a difference, especially going down at 1 inch, because we have a 90 steal versus having only an 86 or 83 from before, but we still have the 85 perimeter. I don't want to go too high about the perimeter. Hey, I'm gonna be short anyway. I'm gonna get shot over if it happened to happen. But for steals, I wanted to make sure I had at least a good steal on my build of having a 90 steal, get you interceptor on gold with glove on silver. And for the badge count, we got a total of 13, 19, 16, 13, and 9, which we managed to end up getting more badge tokens on this 6'1" than the 6'2" we just had with the same 99 thresholds and things like that. Now with the setup like this, you really can make something happen. Like, you really can make something happen, for especially for a build like this that's more all around. It's not just, oh, I got a high 3 and I got a dunk. This build got decent passing, it got good dribbling, it has decent speed with ball, and then with the defense, this is way more than enough to play defense on a small guard like this. And with the badge tokens we receive, you get about 3 to 5 badge slots when it comes to end up putting those in and equipping them. Which for the cap breakers, the main thing I would mostly focus on is using those 5 cap breakers to end up getting to a 99 3-pointer, so you can get all your badges on Hall of Fame. For the layup, really nothing unless you would go 90 to get layup mixer on gold. But when it comes to playmaking and defense, you can get your pass accuracy up. Now, versus the last build, you was able to get that 80 pass accuracy, but this build you only would get 79 with 1 cap breaker. But look, you're in a better position to have the 88 speed with ball, so you can get to 91, so you can get Hall of Fame lightning launches. But for the defense, you'll be able to get a 92 perimeter and a 97 steal, which is possible because you will get gold defensive badges and slight Hall of Fame defensive badges on this build, which is pretty solid for an all-around type guard build, especially with having a 99 3-pointer, having a good dunk. You also have good dribbling. You also have the ability to get to a 90 plus perimeter, a 90 plus steal on a build like this. Now, if you want to end up checking out this build, build, you can end up scanning the screen for the HQ app, so you can end up doing what you need to do, make your few tweaks, make it to your liking. But man, I'm telling you, this might be so far one of my favorites, but I have another 6-1 build that we can end up checking out. But this 6-1 build will be somewhat built like the first build that we seen that was 6-2 that only goes to a 95 3-pointer. Now the reason being, I want to see the difference of a 6-1 with a 95 3 and a 6-2 with a 95 3. Now we're setting it up like this. We went to 94 so we can get those 19 badge tokens on shooting, which we have a 94 3, 87 mid-range. You know what you get. You get gold shooting badges, silver shooting badges, but also you get some silver mid-range badges and gold shooting badges as well, like silver smooth operator. Then you got gold static midi. Now when it comes to this one, we have an 89 drop and dunk versus the other one we had an 87. But for these builds that have longer wingspans, we going for the 89 drop and dunk. 89 drop and dunk pro contacts off 1 and 2, and we got the small contact dunks off 2 as well. But also we have a 93 steal on this build. The last build had a 90. As you see, build by build, we're gradually going up. We went from having an 83 to an 86 to a 90 and now to a 93. And for the badge token count, we have a total of 13, 19, 15, 13, and 10. And the reason being that this build has 10 in its physicals because this build has strength. This build has a 71 strength, so you get a mobile force on bronze. Now I only did that just to test things out because I can end up taking that off and go back to like 45 or 50 strength, so I can end up getting that 77 pass accuracy. That was the trade-off. I wanted to see the difference between having a 70 pass accuracy and having that 71 strength. Now with the cap breakers, I really don't got to do nothing when it comes to the actual finishing on this build. Mostly I end up going with shooting. I can end up getting that 95 3, or if I do want a 90 dunk, I could put a cap breaker there, or if I want to get to 85 layup to get float game on silver, I can do that as well. But now when it comes to the playmaking aspect and the defensive aspect, I can end up getting to a 90 perimeter on this build while also getting a 99 steal. Now that's only if you want to go that route. But for the playmaking aspect, I would like to end up getting my pass accuracy higher than what it is, get it to say 77 or 80 threshold. Most likely I just use a few cap breakers to get it to 77, and I end up throwing the rest on like speed with ball. But for the build to start out with, it's actually pretty solid. But one of the main differences I would end up making if I did change something, it would be if I take off the strength, I would end up putting it on my speed with ball and my pass accuracy, so we could be still a little bit more faster than what we are now versus being on that 6-2. Now after I gave y'all these few builds, if you want to end up getting this build too, make sure you scan the QR code for you can have it on the 2K HQ app. Now out of all the builds that you've seen so far, which one do you feel like is the best guard build out of those 4? Are you rocking with the 6-1 builds more, or are you rocking with the 6-2 builds? Now I did tweak a little bit, a few 6-3 builds if y'all boys want to see that as well. But let me know in the comment section which ones do y'all like more, the 6-1s or the 6-2 small guards that can literally do about everything. Now if you haven't yet, make sure y'all boys drop a like, make sure y'all boys subscribe, turn on notifications if y'all miss tomorrow's upload. Hey, it's gonna be a crazy one. Y'all definitely want to have your notifications on. But hey man, check out the 2 videos on the screen, and I'll see y'all boys in the next one, man.